a question that everyone wants an answer from you. Can income tax payers expect a lowering of income tax rates? You know, the middle class has been expecting this. Directionally, how do you see this going forward? When will the internal committee's report on the review of Income Tax Act be ready?
Rahul, I want to take this opportunity to explain a few things.
Sure.
Since 2019, the attempt has been to simplify the direct taxation. The attempt has been to make sure that we make the whole process simpler, and that is why after much of a discussion, a new regime was brought in, wherein right from the beginning, the rates were kept low. And we gave the option to the assessees that if they want with exemption a regime, so that they think they've made long-term plans for, taking insurance cover or for the EMI, and therefore they need their exemptions, they could continue with the old scheme. The new scheme was without any exemptions. It was first without standard deduction, and later again, when we heard people's voices, we brought in the standard deduction as well. Now, during the vote on account, again, a lot of consultation, not widely as much as the whole, general budget time consultations happen. But July budget, we had again had a lot of discussions and brought the rates down for middle class. In fact, people with higher income brackets were pushed up towards the lower rates.
Right.
Not one rate was increased. And the standard deduction for the new regime was increased from 50 to 75,000. So if anything, keeping the middle class in mind, Honorable Prime Minister had in July budget said that the rates be brought down and more slightly higher income also get covered under the lesser rates. So keeping in mind the middle class is what we have done through the new regime, both in terms of increasing the standard deduction and in terms of bringing the rates down. Now, there are very many other things that we are doing for the middle class as well.
Yes.
Now, I understand there are people, middle class, who feel that the rate reduction which is happening for the new scheme should also be available for the old. Right. The enhancement in the standard deduction which is offered for the new should also apply to the old. The new regime was brought in consciously to simplify, reduce, and make it easy for complying. The income tax manual is like this. You have to search for everything, every provision.
Yes.
We wanted to simplify that. All the exemptions and the provisions which are given for it will have to be removed. And therefore, we brought the new regime. So I would humbly request that, and again, it's not as if we brought something and we're talking about it. More than 78% people have moved from the old to the new regime.
Yes.
Which means people are seeing the point of being in the new regime, although we are not compelling anyone to come from the old regime to the new. So keeping in mind the middle class, for rate reduction, for better standard deduction, because the uniqueness of income tax, not just in India, anywhere, is when you give a certain income bracket, a certain rate, suppose you say 0 to 5 lakhs, no tax, nil. That up to 5 lakhs you don't need to pay a tax is not just for those who are earning 5 lakh. It will apply to the first 5 lakh of a person who's earning 150 lakhs also. So it is a benefit given keeping in mind the poor, the middle class. But it will apply to anyone who's got higher. Naturally, that's the law of the country, and that's the, a common sense argument. So that benefit given to a middle class will also fill in into everybody's income who's in the higher net worth also. So that is why the exemption, standard deduction, has been increased, which will be only for the salaried class. So we are looking at various ways in which the middle class will be given the benefit and the higher net worth are not getting benefit because of that, and therefore, we let them go simply. That doesn't happen. Right. So the ways in which we are bringing these, reductions to benefit the middle class are being carefully looked into, and only then we are taking a call. And now, up to 7 lakhs, there is no tax to pay.